Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're up in Iron River, Wisconsin, fishing with Captain Josh Teigen.
Hey, hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John.
Just a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! Look at the size of that walleye, Danny! Look at the size of that fish. Yes, folks, up on the Pike Lake Chain in Bayfield County. I guess we're in Iron River, right?
Yep,
Wisconsin?
Iron River, Wisconsin. Yep.
With Captain Josh, and normally you fish the bay, Chequamegon Bay, but a lot of people don't realize that you fish all the inland lakes, and today we're on the Pike Lake Chain.
Yep, today we're on the Pike Lake Chain. We got a lot of lakes connected to each other, and with really good fishing, you know, largemouth, smallmouth, you never know what you're going to catch.
Are your bass and your walleyes, are they in deeper water this time of year?
Yes, they just moved deep from the shallows. They're in the first breaks, you know, off the weed edge where it meets the mud.
Quality bass fishing up here?
Yes, a lot of big largemouth.
Really, this far north?
This far north, yep.
Okay, well, we got some special guests today.
Yep.
We got our little buddy.
Yep, we got Acorn with.
Acorn is with us, and of course Blake. And
Yep.
Blake loves fishing with you.
Yeah, it's always fun fishing with her.
We'll catch something, right?
Oh yeah, we will for sure.
Hey folks, so show what we're using and how we're using it, all of that coming up right after this.
Taking a break from fishing, we'd like to talk about our new favorite clothing line, which is perfect for fishermen, called the Blackfish Gear. I know I love it, and so does Josh. What are you wearing?
This is the UPF long sleeve, and not only do I like it when the sun's harmful rays are hitting me like this, it protects me from that, but it also keeps me cool on a hot summer day.
Exactly, and I love this soft shell pullover because especially when we're on the Great Lakes and we're taking long runs, it protects me from all the splashing water, it's windproof, and it has this inside fleece, which is perfect. To check out the entire Blackfish clothing line, go to blackfishgear.com.
Blackfish, because you can't choose the weather.
Folks, with all the rain we've had this summer, what does that mean, Jack?
There's lots of black flies, mosquitoes, and lots of ticks.
So what do?
We use common insect repellent.
And the reason, Henry, that we use Coleman insect repellent is they have a formula for everyone in the family. For the littler kids like Jack and Christina, I like the Skin Smart DEET Free. And I just put a little bit of that on them in the morning, and that gives them 8 hours of protection. Right, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, for you and I, we're a little bit bigger, so we use the insect repellent that is called
The Sportsman formula.
Sportsman formula. It has 40% DEET in it. I put it like on you and on your legs like that, buddy. And what does that do?
That protects us from the bugs.
For 8 hours. You love your Coleman insect repellent?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As we talked about at the top of the program, we're on the Pike Chain in Iron River, Wisconsin, and this is the time of year, Josh, when bass have moved out of the shallows into the deeper water, 15, 20 feet deep along weed edges, right?
Yes, they move deep. You know, the water's starting to warm up, so they're on those deep edges.
So we like to use lures that can get down there, and
Yep.
Blake's got a big wacky worm on here,
Yep.
but that's a Kalin's jig?
Yes, it's the Kalin's Wack-O jig.
Okay, and I'm going a little bit smaller. I was talking to Matt today, and he said sometimes in the middle of the day go smaller, and,
Yep.
and you might get more bites. And you're using the standard jerk minnow.
Yep, jerk minnow on a darter head jig.
Okay, we got our buddy Acorn with us. How are you doing there, buddy?
I'm great.
You know, usually we just see you ice fishing.
Yeah, it's the first time for everything.
Well, you're a postal worker. How'd you get off of work today?
I had a short day.
Here we go, Josh. I just had a big pike come up and take a swipe at my jerk minnow.
Yeah.
And then I cast it back, and I think I got a pretty nice bass on here, buddy.
All right, way to go.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, that's a nice bass to start our day,
That's not
right?
a bad one.
Yeah. And again, you know what we're doing, folks, and so many guys, and I'm guilty of this too, fish shallow weeds for bass.
Yep.
This time of the year, you like that 10 to actually 25 feet of water, huh?
Yes, where that deep weed edge meets the mud, and that's usually where they're hanging this
Yeah,
time of year.
you take a look at the hummingbird right now, folks.
Yep.
You can almost see the wall of weeds there. And you want to stay outside the weeds and cast in?
Cast into that edge, yes.
Hey, way to go, Blake. Oh, look at it, here it comes. Whoa, what has she got on there,
It's
Josh?
a little pike.
Little pike?
Perfect.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Another largie?
Another largie, John.
Ooh, yeah.
That was a cool hit.
They are fun, you know, and you know, you and I talk, because you and I do a lot of bass fishing up here. It is so underfished, isn't it?
Oh,
the
it
bass
is.
population?
Yeah, nobody fishes for them. It's better for us.
Fighting like a pike.
Fighting like a pike there?
Oh, not too bad.
Oh, there you go, Blake.
Here, I'll grab him for you.
You know, that's one of the fun things, though, as we talked about at the top of the program, Josh, is we're getting towards evening here. You can move a little bit deeper back to where we started the day and catch a combination of things, right?
Yeah, you know, the walleyes are in here, pike, bass. You never know what you're going to hook into.
How'd that feel, Blake?
Definitely felt like a pike fight.
Yeah, and how did he hit it? Just
Oh, it's like dunk dunk, and then they fight.
That topwater bait's the deal, isn't it?
Yeah, they're hitting it.
That's another one.
Yeah,
And you know,
couple
folks, I'll
pounds.
tell you what's interesting is we're dealing back in this little bay here, 84-degree water temps, and those fish are really buried down in those lily pads, aren't they?
Yeah, they're thick. I think they're just kind of in the shade sitting right now with the sun being out, and they're in the thick stuff.
Josh, I got a smaller one here in the back, and but I'll tell you what, these largemouth do fight, man. You can see the weeds they're hanging in, and that was on a wacky worm, Josh.
Nice.
Boy, you're hot up there in the front, man, with that frog deal.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a fish it is. Look at all the weeds with him. All right, here he comes.
Okay. Oh, he's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. You know, we started out the program, Josh, talking about fishing deep bass.
Yeah.
You know, and here we end up here in the shallows.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's that kind of a day where it's muggy and it kind of feels top water-ish, you know?
Yeah, and the bite has been good deep, too. That's what was kind of surprising. It was slow, so we moved in tight here, and look how he ate that frog.
Ooh, yeah. What are you guys doing?
Oh, nice largie.
What are you guys doing? What happened up there, Josh?
Acorns ice fishing.
No, what happened?
I set the hook and
I got one too
Oh,
now.
Blake's got one.
Blake's got one. Let's
Acorns,
nice bass there.
Acorns line broke when he set the hook.
Oh,
There's another
okay.
bass.
And look at that. Blake's got herself a largemouth
Nice.
bass.
Yeah, doubler.
there we go.
Nicely done. Now, what happened there? Explain that, you guys.
I cast it out and then I went to set the hook and it snapped. But the line was staying in the water, so we picked it up and he was still there.
It snapped right in the rod, so
That's
we
because
could
he's
go
not
pick it up the
using
line.
Seagar, right, Josh?
That's right. He needs to switch right now.
And that was on a Jerko,
Yeah.
Blake?
Blake's was on a Jerko.
Yep. Another one, Dad.
All right, Blake.
I'm hot in the front.
You are getting hot in the front.
Nice.
You know, when you get a lake like this Pike Chain, Josh,
Yep.
that has a ton of these bass in it, they're not bad to eat, are they? And it'd probably be a good idea to harvest some of them.
Yeah, a lot of these lakes, you know, where you get a lot of the 14 to 15 inch largemouth, it a lot of times is good to eat them, especially if there's a lot of them, just to thin them out, and that's actually when you'll get bigger fish.
What kind of a retrieve are you doing there, Blake?
Hit the bottom, snap, and they usually get it on the going down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, they're not big, but it's fun, isn't
Yeah, exactly. I love bass fishing.
it? Josh, I love this, man, casting these deep weed lines, because this time of night, it could be a walleye or bass or a pike, right?
Yeah, you never know what it's going to be.
That's a decent bass, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a little bigger, maybe a 16 incher.
Yeah, but you know, like I was talking before, you know, this Pike Chain, you know, you grew up here and you were
Yeah.
homeschooled and fished every day.
Yep.
Were there always this many largemouth?
No, you know, there really wasn't. There was more smallmouth than anything, but now the weeds are growing and there's just largemouth everywhere now.
Okay, and again, folks, I think when you get an overpopulation of largemouth and you don't catch them much bigger than this out here.
No, you really don't. I mean, that's actually a good one for out here, which is kind of surprising.
But I
it's
mean,
true.
they are, you know, in a lake that they're overpopulated with, there's nothing wrong with keeping a few.
No, there isn't. Like you said, they're actually good eating when they're smaller like this.
Right. Okay, well, before it gets dark, I hope we get a few walleyes.
I hope so.
What do you got there, Josh? Another bass?
Oh, walleye.
Hey, way to go there, buddy.
All right.
No, but that's the thing, this time of the year, if you stay out when that sun hits the trees, you can get some walleyes, huh?
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, there's some nice walleyes out here. You know, the sun's starting to go down like you're saying, and hopefully we get a few more.
And they'll be in the same spot on the weed edges like the bass?
Yes, they will be in the same spots, right on that deep weed edge.
Pretty fish, nice eater size.
Perfect eater.
We were fishing the Pike Lake Chain in Iron River, Wisconsin, a 5.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 6.5 hours from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Excellent. Oh, there's a good one. Awesome.
Beautiful fish.
Look at how he ate that too.
That Google Eye jig.
This is the Google Eye. It's available in a live bait series and then a long hook shank series. And what we did is we took a glass rattle and built it into the middle of the round jig head and just bouncing it. It hits the bottom, that glass rattle's rattling and it's sending off vibration in this dirty water in this river, and that's the result right there.
This one's coming home with me.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of corn season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop, whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Fish!
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's day 2, folks. And it's a beautiful day to fish, isn't it, Blake?
Yep, I casted right into those weeds, thought I got caught. It was a fish.
Oh, yeah, that one looks like a good one. Nice smallmouth bass. Yeah, there we go, Blake.
Woohoo!
That is a nice fish. Now, what did you do there, Blake? What is that?
That is on the grub and the Google Eye.
Okay.
Yep. And I just casted right out onto those weeds and hit right away when I went right into the weeds.
That Kalin's grub is a perfect bait for everybody, isn't it, Josh?
It is. You just cast it out, reel it in, and it's got great action.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you see him jump?
Oh, yeah, right in there. I loved it.
What do you got there, Josh?
Big bass, John, big bass.
Oh, cool. Hey, get that net up there, guys.
We need a net quick.
Now,
it's a nice one.
This is the first spot we tried out here, folks, and
nice bass.
Is it a nice one? Good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good. Real nice one. Always taking me down. On the jerk minnow. Oh, look at that thing.
Oh, that is a beauty, Josh. Very cool.
I can't even see the bait. He just engulfed it.
Yeah. Well, let's tell the folks, we had to come to the Chequamegon Bay and finish the show because the bass and the walleyes just weren't biting inland because of...
We had a bad mayfly hatch. There were mayflies everywhere.
Here we go. Oh, this is a big fish. This is a big bass. Look at this thing. Look at that. That is a gorgeous fish, Josh.
All right.
Yeah, nicely done, buddy. Nicely done.
That's a tank there. Look at that thing.
And you know, that is a gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do, you had a ton of rain up here last month and the water's still a little bit murky.
Yep.
So we're using baits that cause disturbance in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a beautiful fish.
That's a good one.
What I'm throwing is that's by Livingston.
Yep.
And it's a rip bait. And actually got Acorn throwing the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're throwing
I'm throwing a jerk minnow and a darter head.
Yeah, pull that jerk minnow out of that right there. And just trying to vigorously jig them, right?
Yes, exactly. You want to be pretty aggressive with them.
All right, nice fish, man. Hey, look at my buddy. Hey, how you doing there, pal?
Well, it feels nice.
You'll recognize Acorn or ice fishing, buddy. And what do we got here, pal? On a spinnerbait.
Yes.
Ooh, nice pike there, Josh. Look at that. Ooh, there we go.
Nice.
You know, that's one thing that's so cool about fishing on the bay here. When you're throwing a spinnerbait, you don't know what you're going to catch, do you?
Right, yeah.
And
Could
that's
be anything.
And how do you hit that? Pretty hard?
Very hard.
And that's the one thing, folks, we're not having a great day. I mean, that one of the reasons that we really did leave the inland lakes was a mayfly hatch. And maybe you can explain what happened on the pike chain when the mayflies do hatch.
Yeah, the fishing gets tough. You know, they're eating them as they're coming up, and the fishing does get pretty slow.
So they're actually gorging themselves on mayflies.
Yeah, they're eating as many mayflies as they can.
And fishing will stay slow for a couple of days then?
Yep, usually a couple days, and then it'll get good again.
Yeah, I'm glad you're throwing that spinnerbait. You're covering water.
Right.
That one came right out, Josh. I'll tell you what, that was interesting. And we'll get your line out there, Josh.
Hey, you want to take that?
That was really interesting. I think I got a nice, decent smallmouth on here. And here he is. Oh yeah, nice fish.
Not a bad one.
There we go. And good. And that was on the Wack-O. But that was so interesting. I cast it right up against the shoreline, folks, and that came out at me about 100 miles an hour. Did you see that?
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be a pike.
And that's a small bass for Chequamegon Bay.
Yep.
But again, I want to mention, Josh, you know, you do the bay here a lot, but what we started out doing today and yesterday was the inland lakes.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of that up here. And could you, like, folks come up for 2 or 3 days? Could they fish out here and then in the inland stuff?
Yes, that's actually what we'll do. You know, we'll spend a day or two out here, and then we'll go inland a day, and it's, you know, there's a lot of great options around.
Yeah, a teeny bass.
Yeah. There we go, John.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now let's see here,
the net,
Josh.
I need the net. Acorn.
Acorn, grab that net. I'm reeling in here, buddy. Here he comes. And
there we go.
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Yeah,
a little bit. And you know, folks, we got to talk a little bit about the last month up here in the Ashland area and Iron River, for that matter. You guys got literally a ton of rain, right?
Oh, we got in the town we got 17 inches of rain.
In one day?
And I think it was like a 2 or 3 day stretch.
And that really hurt the fishing a lot, didn't it?
Oh, it affected it big time. I mean, it's finally clearing up now, but it was bad.
Acorn on his old spinnerbait there.
Yes, sir.
You know, I just look, you know, I look over, you're working hard with that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's fun.
Ooh, this one could be decent. Here we go.
Oh, big bass, big bass.
Look at the size of that guy, Acorn.
Yes, nice job.
That is a beautiful fish, buddy.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, normally, folks, I'm a spinnerbait guy early spring and, you know, fall when the water cools down, but you enjoyed it in the middle of summer.
Absolutely.
And you get a lot of fish on them, Acorn?
Oh yeah.
And what were you doing, just reeling fast?
Just reeling fast, yeah. It was by the surface and he just smoked it.
Yeah, interesting, but you know that bait is a good search bait too, isn't it?
It is, especially when you're not catching a lot, you want to find them. Yep,
yeah.
It's a tough bait to beat.
Oh, this one hit hard. Yeah, I think this is a pike. I put on a Kalin's Grub. And ooh, look at this guy. Yeah, there we go. Look at him, guys. Oh, I don't know if he knows he's hooked yet. Whoa, there we go.
Nice.
Not bad. And those are bonus fish out here, but you know, when the water clears up out in the middle of the bay here, and you go out and you get walleyes and bass at the same time, you get some big pike too.
Yeah, we get some big pike. Each year we probably get, you know, 4 or 5 that are over 40. So there's a lot of nice fishing.
Over 40?
And that's not fishing for them, you know, that's fishing bass.
Right. Well, though that hit hard, I thought I had a bass there. I only threw that grub like 4 or 5 times, you know?
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, that's not a bad one.
You know, Acorn, I love Johnsonvilles, don't you?
They're great.
And you know, the neat thing is that I love the Johnsonville Italians.
They are fantastic.
You know, they put just the right amount of spices on them, and I like to slow cook them. I just put them on the grill. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and I turn them every 4 or 5 minutes. But you know what the key is to cooking a good Johnsonville Italian?
What's that?
Low to medium heat. You don't want to put them on real high heat because you'll actually pierce the Johnsonville skin and lose the Johnsonville juices. All right, Johnsonville Italians.
Delicious.
Really?
Great Johnsonville.
Yep, that is a good Italian sausage.
Great Italian.
Hey folks, look for the Johnsonville Italians as your favorite grocer today. Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. Folks, running a big two-stroke engine this year, I've really gotten to rely on the AMSOIL HP Marine. This really makes my engine run better, doesn't it, Len?
It does. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes on these particular products, and a couple of the big things to think about is wear protection and detergency. We make sure that there's nothing building up inside that engine. We're also protecting it from wear, because these are the things you don't look at until something happens, so we make sure it doesn't.
And a lot less smoke, right?
Right. That's something that we actually do. We look at trying to produce less smoke. That's one of the major things.
And for more information on both the HP 2-stroke and 4-stroke Marine, you can go to
amsoil.com.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
Ooh, that Johnsonville was good, buddy. I don't know what this is. Whoa, it is a nice bass.
Is it?
Yeah, here he, whoa, yeah. There was another one with him.
Yeah, I saw that.
There was another one with him.
Fight hard, especially when that water gets as warm as it is right now.
Yeah, there, whoa, there we go.
Nice.
You know, it really is, you know, with Acorn throwing that spinner bait.
Yep.
I wanted to throw something faster than the wacky worm. So what did I do? A Google Eye jig that's got that rattle in it, and a 5-inch grub, and just kind of swimming that along steady, you know?
Yep.
So you're really covering a lot of water.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're covering right where the fish are too, is right near the bottom.
And you know, we talked before about fish schooling up. I think there was one or two that were coming in with that one.
I seen that. Yeah, they were chasing them.
Yeah, fun.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2018 Fishing Contest.
Rick Beyer of Neenah caught this 11-inch bluegill on Green Lake on a spinner. Reg Acker of Wanakee caught this 44-inch northern on Lake Vermilion on an X-Wrap. Jerome Dittman of Oak Creek boated this 35-inch lake trout on Lake Minnetonka on a jig and minnow. Bruce Carter of Green Bay, Wisconsin caught this 21-inch smallmouth on Pelican Lake on a Rapella. And this week's kids winners are Colton Heinrichs of Spirit Lake, Iowa, caught this 12-inch sunfish on a farm pond on a gulp minnow, and Kalin Hansen of Two Rivers boated this 15-inch perch on West Twin River on a crawler.
Our adult winners receive a $25 Fleet Farm gift card, and our kids winners receive a Plano tackle box. Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters.
That was a hard.
I know, you just showed me how to use the grub. Now keep your rod tip high. Keep your rod tip high. Okay, Blake. All right. Oh, here he comes.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know either. Staying down.
Oh, it's a nice fish.
Ooh, keep your rod tip high. Oh, smallmouth bassarutis.
It's small, but
no, it's not small.
Not that bad.
It's not a bad fish.
Nice.
There you go.
cool.
No, hey Josh, what do you think of?
Oh, I lost my grub.
Yeah.
Hasn't Blake really improved over the last year in her fishing?
Oh yeah, she's doing great.
What she does is what I don't do often. She listens to the guide. Isn't that true?
Yes, Josh is a great guide.
I had a little one, and there was one following in, and the one following in, what did he do?
I got him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fun. That was a lot of fun.
But no, that's interesting, and that's something that we've seen with bass, isn't it, Blake?
Yeah, especially with these glasses, it's super easy to see through the water.
Right.
And especially after all this like mud, and now it's clearing up.
Yeah.
I could see that bass following right yours. And lost yours.
I think there were like 2 or 3 coming in.
There was quite a few of them, yeah.
Oh, I was bringing up the bow mount, and you got a bite, huh?
I got a bite. I just switched to a jerk minnow. Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah, that is a nice fish. Oh, nice
net job, Blake.
That's a nice fish there, Josh.
Yeah, that's what we're after.
Nice fish.
Look at that one.
Wow.
If guys want to come up here, can they get these on top water too at times?
Oh yeah, actually we've been doing pretty good the past couple weeks on top water, but not today. But that one hit a jerk minnow with no weight on it. Got one, John.
All right, Josh. There we go, buddy. We're nearing the end of the day here. Does this feel like a decent one?
It feels like a good one. It really does,
buddy. Well, that last one you got was a nice one too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a nice
big fish. On the jerk minnow.
On the jerk minnow. Okay, get him in there. Yeah, nice job.
All right.
Yeah. No, but those Jason Mitchell rods for smallmouth and walleye fishing, talk about them a little bit.
Oh, they're great. I mean, they're light, they got great action, and I even use them for trout too. I mean, they're great rods. They're my favorite that I've ever used.
And a great feel, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice fish.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was on the jerk minnow fishing on the bottom.
Yep, 1/8 ounce darter head jig.
Ooh, front of the boat again, Josh.
That one, John, nice one.
Ooh, this is a nice one. Yes, this is. Dark colored fish, too.
Real dark one,
yeah. I saw that coming in. These are bigger fish, Josh.
They are.
All right, buddy, here he comes.
All right, here we go.
Did you see how black that fish was?
Yeah, he must be just hanging.
Oh, yeah, that is
hanging
a
in the
beauty,
wood.
Josh. Really nice sized fish.
He's a fighter, too.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Nicely done. Now that is a big bass. That is a big bass.
That's a good one there.
And Josh, when you think about colors out here, you like the brighter colors?
I like bright colors. I've always done really good on that chartreuse jerk minnow with the white bottom. I mean, that's been one of my favorites, but I don't know what it is about the bright colors, but they work, even when the water's clear.
Josh Teigen guides Chequamegon Bay on a year-round basis. For more information, give Josh a call. That phone number is 715-813-0575. 813-0575.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank Daredale. Oh, there is a big boy.
I mean, I just can't believe this, folks.
Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did. Well, did you guys have fun?
A lot of fun.
Yeah, we really did. And you know, not the best trip that you and I have had for big fish, but the mayfly hatch was tough inland, and we'll come back. And fishing should stay good through August?
Yes, it should. I mean, now with the bait cleared up, finally, it's going to get really good.
All right, and folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish at. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoy John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie.
Hey,